I was figuring he'd be like an old man. Brandon Barnes, butler of the Denise residence. He doesn't even look like a butler. Hi. How did it come to this? Why are the police so suspicious? Excuse me, are you Mr. Barnes? Who might you be? I'm Detective Tim Goodman. Mr. Dennis has hired me to investigate the crime that occurred here. Is that so? Oh, my apologies. I am Brandon Barnes. I work here at the Denise residence as a butler. Do you mind if we ask you some questions, Mr. Barnes? I realize you must be tired since you were just questioned by the police. Please don't worry about that. If you've been hired by Mr. Denise, then it is my duty to give you my full cooperation. Thank you. What would you like me to speak about first?
Yes.
I was away when the incident occurred. It wasn't until after I finished my errand and entered the house that I realized something was amiss. I heard Turner cry out from the second floor. When I rushed upstairs, I found him collapsed on the floor in front of the jewel storage room. So that means Barnes was the first witness to arrive at the scene of the crime. Did you see the thief or the partner Pokemon? No, nothing like that. Wait, if Barnes ran up the stairs, you think he would have run straight into the thief? If he didn't see anyone, could they have escaped from the second floor? Did you check the storage room? Yes, the door was already open, and when I looked inside, I saw that the Aurora drop was gone. I then contacted Mr. Denise and the police right away. Is there anyone who can corroborate your whereabouts at the time? Unfortunately not. It was only afterward that Miss Denise came out of her room to see what the commotion was about, and the only others in the room at the time were Growlithe and Clefable. Naturally, no one can take witness statements from Pokemon, so I'm afraid I have no alibi. That's where we come in. Pokemon that live in this mansion might know something. Mr. Barnes, do you have any idea who the thief might be? Not a clue, I'm afraid. But I do know that Mr. Denise and I are the only ones who can freely use the key to the jewel storage room. Ralph guards that key with constant vigilance, so I imagine it would be very difficult for anyone else to take it from her. I suppose it's no great wonder that the police suspect me given the circumstances, but I would never do something so senseless. At least this confirms that only those two have access to the key.
Yes.
Ducklet is my dear partner Pokemon. Just look at this photo. That Ducklet with you there. Yes, isn't she adorable? Just look at her feathers, she's simply beautiful. But that's not all. She's also incredibly clever and even helps me out with my work. Oh, excuse me. Hold on. I have a little itch on my back. I'm terribly sorry. I tend to get a bit carried away when I speak about Ducklet. It's really no problem. You mentioned that she helps you with your work. What exactly does she do? Let's see. She runs errands for me, such as buying coffee beans from a local cafe. Oh, she buys coffee beans? Nice. There's a place nearby called the High Hat Cafe. Perhaps you've heard of it? She regularly goes shopping there by herself. If that's their go-to cafe, then it's gotta be for the High Hat blend. Guess I shouldn't be surprised that Ryme City's elites have such refined taste. I asked her to go to the cafe today, in fact, but she hasn't yet returned. She have wandered off somewhere? Do you have any idea where Ducklet might be? Unfortunately, no. The feathers found at the scene of the crime were Ducklet's, right? Yes, no question about it. But I haven't the faintest idea why Ducklet's feathers would be there. Just the thought of her getting caught up in the crime somehow. I'm so worried I can hardly think straight. Out of all the jewels in Mr. Dennis's collection, he considers the Aurora Drop to be his most precious. He worked tirelessly to acquire it in the first place. You might even say the Aurora Drop is the physical manifestation, the crystallization, of Mr. Dennis's career as a jeweler. I wish nothing but swift retribution on the thief who stole it from him. Someone who speaks so formally, Barnes is a pretty passionate guy, isn't he? Please, Tim, find the Aurora Drop. I beg you. Don't worry, sir. We're on the case.
Well...
Based on Barnes' testimony, I'm really not surprised the police suspected. Yeah, if only there was another witness at least. About that, aren't you forgetting something, Tim? Huh? Barnes told us the Growlithe and Clefable were in the mansion at the time of the incident, remember? Oh right, maybe the Pokemon saw something. Exactly. You can leave the rest to me. Let's go question them, Tim.
Tim.
What do you want, great detective? Have you finished questioning Barnes? For now, anyway, we just haven't finished gathering our evidence. Doesn't change the fact that Barnes is still a suspect. If you don't mind, could we ask you some questions? If you insist, but I have no intention of sharing confidential information with you.
Excuse me?
Is the storage room key the reason the police suspect Barnes? Oh, so you know that much already? Well, no point in denying it. The only two people who can access the key are the homeowner and his butler, Mr. Denise and Barnes. I highly doubt Mr. Dennis staged all of this himself, which leaves Barnes as the only logical subject. Not only that, there were ducklet feathers at the crime scene, and Barnes' partner is a ducklet. Clearly, Barnes used the key to get inside the storage room, then had Ducklet fly off with the jewel. That's my working theory. Duly noted. We don't have any decisive evidence yet, but we're going to find this Ducklet that flew the coop, and then we'll get definitive proof. You'll see. But I'll be continuing my own investigation. Suit yourself. Are you following any leads other than the Barnes? Of course we are. We've already collected statements from every last person in the house. Do you mind if I ask what your impressions of each of them was? Well, I suppose I could tell you that much. Mr. Denise seems rather shaken by Barnes' falling under suspicion, and his wife Claudia is reacting quite impetuously. She's been approaching us repeatedly, going to demand that we hurry and wrap up our investigation. Oof, that's gotta be tough. I almost feel bad for Brad. One of their staff members, Turner, has been very cooperative with our investigation. He's told us a lot about everything that happened up until he lost consciousness. I suppose that's all I can say for now. Thank you, we'll keep all that in mind. The police can question people, but they can't talk to Pokemon. Interviewing the Pokemon around here might help us paint a clearer picture of what went down.
Tim.
Back. Don't need to glare at us like that, Manatric. Calm down already. We're not gonna get in the way of your police work. Brad's Manatric sure is committed to the job. True, and he's been keeping watch, so if anyone tried to hide some evidence, he'd spot it right away. I guess he is helpful in that way. But... man, I just wish he'd dial back his aggression toward me.
Tim.
Hey! She still looks awfully suspicious of us. Let's try again later. Hey Growlithe, sorry to bug you when you're already feeling down, but would it be alright if we ask you some questions? Growl? We're here to catch the thief, but we need your help to do that. Oh. You're willing to talk to us if it'll help Sanji? Thanks. Sanji. Growlithe's nickname for Denise, near as I can tell. Oh right, his full name is Sanjeev Dennis, so I guess Sanji makes sense. Anyway, Growlithe can we start with the questions? Oh! Gotcha. As Denise's partner, it's your job to guard the mansion. We already know the key to the jewel storage room was around your neck. Oh! It's important to Dennis, so guarding it is important to you. Make sense? Oh. She says she's never let anyone other than Dennis or Barnes even touch the key. Oh. So that's why you feel extra responsible for what happened, huh? She's really got a strong sense of responsibility. Don't worry, the two of us are gonna crack this case.
Well...
Do you remember anything about the time of the incident? Oh, you don't know because you were napping? Oh, Your breakfast was so tasty that you ate too much and made you sleepy. Stop it, Gabe. You're making me sleepy. Heh, been there, believe me. What are you even talking about? Oh, you woke up when Barnes got home? That would have been right before all the commotion happened. And when you woke up, your precious key was gone? Oh, yeah, I can tell you're upset. Oh, he'll do whatever it takes to help us catch the thief? Thanks. He'll come ask for an assist if anything comes up. Go, go. She says Barnes is a kind and well-mannered man. He and Denise are close, and she's never seen them fighting or arguing. Mr. Denise really does seem to trust Barnes after all. Oh, go! And Growlithe likes Barnes too. Judging from what Growlithe says, it's hard to think of Barnes as a likely culprit. There wasn't anything in Growlithe's testimony that could help us prove Barnes' innocence. Only one left to ask is Clefable. I'll do what I can to get Clefable talking to us. Thanks, Pikachu. We'll tickle her toes. Hey! What? You think we're thieves returning to the scene of the crime? You got it all wrong. We're not here to steal anything. We're actually great detectives looking to catch the thief. Please, can you answer some questions? Hey! Yes, really, come on, you can trust us. Oh, does she think because we're wearing red that we're the red Pokemon? Hey, hey! Yeah, help us out and I'm sure Claudia's bad mood will clear up too. Hey, hey! So you're willing to talk to us? Thanks. If Fable was worried we'd do something bad to Miss Denise.
Hey!
You have a job here at the mansion? Hey! Ah, no job per se, unless you count spending time with Claudia. Isn't it tough hanging out with someone so prickly? Hey! Claudia's not a bad person, you say. Sorry, I didn't mean to be insulting. Hey, hey, hey! Uh-huh. So Claudia's always arguing with someone or the other, but when it's just you and her together, she starts to regret the whole thing. Ah, I get it now. Your job is to cheer her up when she gets into arguments. Wow, you're actually pretty nice. I bet Clefable is really important to Miss Denise. Did anything strange happen today? Hey! Clefable's saying she got real sleepy while playing in the mansion this morning. Hey, hey! And she dozed off and doesn't know what happened after that. That's too bad. What do you think of Barnes? Do you get along with him alright? Hey, hey! Claudia doesn't like Barnes, so Clefable tries not to have much to do with him. But she doesn't think Barnes is a bad person. After all, she says Barnes ran to help Turner when he got hurt. Wait, does that mean Clefable saw Barnes going upstairs to help Turner? Yeah, it's gotta. Clefable, what else can you tell us? Hey, hey! Clefable was dozing near the front door this morning. When Barnes got home from doing stuff outside, she woke up and meted him at the door. Hey, 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 hey! Then Clefable and Barnes heard Turner cry out on the second floor, so they both went running upstairs. And that's when, to their surprise, they found Turner on the floor. That means that when Turner was attacked, Barnes was still on the floor?
Okay, let's start deducing.
Alright. The police suspect Brandon Barnes is the culprit. Begin interviewing the people.
Okay.
Alright, we've got some useful information. Let's stop for a moment and get our thoughts together. Based on everything we heard, is there anything that suggests Barnes is innocent? Let's review the information we gathered and see what we come up with. Is Barnes the culprit? Barnes doesn't seem like he would betray Mr. Dennis. Would Barnes really betray Mr. Dennis? They've known each other a long time, and Mr. Dennis trusts Barnes implicitly. Barnes Barnes may be the culprit. He had access to the key. Barnes is the only one aside from Mr. Dennis who had access to the jewel storage room key, so he must be the culprit. That's not right. Barnes may not be the culprit. He returned to the mansion after the crime had occurred. When Barnes returned to the mansion, both he and Clefable heard Larry Turner cry out, so it's highly unlikely Barnes committed the crime. That is true. This answer right here is like a cop-out. It's just like, oh, it's, you know, whatever. It's not even part of the case. It's like, okay, yeah, they're friends, but that doesn't mean that he wouldn't commit a crime, you know what I mean? And this is just like siding with Claudia in the sense of like, oh, there's evidence that points to him committing the crime, but he didn't exactly. It's still circumstantial evidence. It's not really like there's evidence, but there's still questions to be had. You know, just because he has the key, has access to it, doesn't mean he did it. Is what I'm trying to say. So I'm gonna assume it's this one.
Okay.
We learned that Clefable greeted Barnes when he returned to the mansion, and Growlithe said she woke up at exactly the same time. Barnes and the others only became aware of the crime after that. Doesn't that mean Barnes couldn't be the culprit? Barnes was on the first floor when Turner was attacked. That would have made it very difficult for Barnes to steal the jewel. I'm not sure we can prove Barnes' innocence with that alone. Yeah, we can't exactly disclose that testimony come from Pokemon. No one would believe us. It looks like we're going to need other evidence to prove his innocence. Barnes had an alibi. How can we prove Barnes' innocence? Pokemon testimonies alone are not enough to prove Barnes' innocence. Look for stronger evidence. We can't lift the suspicion around Barnes with Clefable's testimony alone. I think we're going to need some other kind of evidence to prove his innocence. What? Where should we look for it? Nothing immediately comes to mind. At times like this, it's best to try investigating other leads. We might find a thread somewhere unexpected that leads us back to this. Where's the red Pokemon? The red Pokemon that entered the mansion is clearly involved in this incident somehow. Look for that Pokemon in Ryme City. To get close to the truth of this case, we've got no choice but to find the Pokemon that witnesses saw. Witnesses reported seeing a red Pokemon in Ducklet. I wonder if the Pokemon that cut open the jewel case is the culprit's partner. It makes sense to think that, but no such human was seen by witnesses. Having said that though, we might learn something if we could find the red Pokemon. Let's head into the city and get some leads on that red Pokemon. I'm sure we'll be able to figure out what Pokemon it actually is. Where did Ducklet go? Ducklet is nowhere to be found at the Denise residence. Find out where she went. At this point, it seems pretty unlikely that Barnes is the culprit. But then, why did Ducklet leave from the second floor window? Seems unlikely that it's got nothing to do with the jewel theft. Finding Ducklet would be the quickest way to confirm that. Good call. Let's head into the city and look for her.
Okay.
Alright. Looks like the only way to continue our investigation is to gather info in the city. But where should we go? Should we go after Ducklet or search for the red Pokemon? If you're unsure, why don't we try following Ducklet? I think we have a better lead to go on for that than for the red Pokemon. Oh, right. We did hear that Ducklet was supposed to go buy coffee beans today. I'll bet you she went to the Hi Hat Cafe. You're right. We should probably go search the cafe. Let's not waste any time, Tim. You know coffee beans are brewing. We gotta get that coffee, wake our asses up. If you know what I mean. Huh? You mean you won't help me? I understand how you feel, ma'am, but we're in the middle of an investigation right now. Yes, but what should I do? Looks like that woman has a problem. Sure does. I doubt it has anything to do with our case, but it's hard not to want to help someone who's in trouble. That's the spirit, Tim. We see a person or a Pokemon with a problem, let's do what we can to help them. That's what makes us this city's greatest detectives. But we do need to prioritize our current case. This is something we can help with when we have time. Right, first let's hear what she has to say. Good idea. During your investigation, people and Pokemon may request your help solving their problems. These people and Pokemon have a blue speech bubble. If you see them, try talking to them. Local concerns that you've agreed to help with are added to a list. You can check this list at any time by pressing the Y button. Keep in mind, some of these requests aren't necessarily problems in the strictest sense. Okay. Excuse me, may I ask what's wrong? My Lillipup's gone missing. Oh no, what happened? We were taking a walk in a park. We were taking a walk together in Serenity Park. I guess Lillipup must have been having too much fun. He got so worked up, he took off like a rocket. I've been searching all over for him and now I'm exhausted. That police officer won't look into it for me either. I don't know what to do. We can't just ignore this. That's right, helping people is a detective's job, and finding lost Pokemon even more so. We'd like to help you, ma'am. We're detectives, so we're pretty good at looking for lost people and Pokemon. Really? That would be a huge help. Can you think of anywhere your Lillipup might have gone? Well, I've already searched the park pretty thoroughly, but I haven't looked for him in the city yet. Oh, also, my Lillipup likes quiet places, but I'm not sure there are any places like that around here with all this jazz band music playing around me. Stop it! I think that's enough information for us to go on. Yeah, they can be pretty loud. There's a local band that just follows us around, and we try to get them to tone it down a little bit, but they bump. Please wait here while we search for him. I'm so sorry to add to your workload when you already look so busy, but thank you. I hope you find my sweet Lillipup. If we see a Lillipup during our investigation, we should talk to him. Alright, it's starting to feel like Majora's Mask. It was you all along, you dirty whimsicots. I knew you dirty. You stole the jewel. Oh, God. They seem happy. What are they talking about? They're saying that no matter how many times they visit this city, it's always bustling and full of fun. Do you suppose they've witnessed anything? We could certainly ask. Oh my God.
Hey,
Have you two seen any red Pokemon around here? Got? Oh, Pawniard is red, and you've recently become friends with one. Pawniard. It's a Pokemon with blades all over its body, and it's true that Pawniard's pretty red. Got. Well, that was easily deduced. You often run into Pawniard at the terrace in Serenity Park, and on windy days you play with Pawniard by picking it up and flying it around. When? They said they'd like to fly Pawniard all the way here from Serenity Park. Serenity Park is the big park just beyond here, right? Yeah, and the terrace is way over on the other side. Maybe we can find Pawniard there. Do you remember when you last played with Pawniard? When? Whimsy! Oh, lately you've been playing together every day? Even today? In that case, we might be able to find it there now. Whimsy! If we go meet Pawniard, we should be careful about how we treat its favorite rock. Wait, what? It has a favorite rock? Whim! Apparently there's a rock at the terrace that Pawniard really cares about. One time they accidentally stepped on it and then Pawniard got mad. Real mad. Wow, that's scary. We better watch where we step. Oh, it has the jewel. Whimmy! Oh, you ride on seasonal winds that take you all over the world, huh? The city seems even livelier than usual whenever the Whimsicott arrive. Whimsy! Ah, okay, soon you'll be leaving the city to travel somewhere else? Whim! Oh, you like coming here every year because you can meet so many different Pokemon? Ah, I'm happy to hear that. Is this cotton yours? Whim, whim! Yeah, the Whimsicott says it's theirs. Oh, so we actually found this in Mr. Dennis's mansion. I don't suppose you've been in there. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. Come on, you've got to remember at least that much. Whimsy! Oh, this one does remember. What did it say? It thinks it remembers going into the mansion while playing with his friends. It thinks so? That's not a very clear answer. Yeah, let's ask for more details.
Hey!
You said you might have been in the mansion, but how'd you get inside? You went in through the window with your friends. Why would you do that? You don't remember anything after eating breakfast this morning? The heck does that mean? Please, it's really important. Just try to remember. Whimsy! Some human you don't know asked you to do it? What was this? What was this stranger like? Whimsy! You don't remember because it was someone you've never seen before, huh? Now look here, you might be an accessory to theft. I have no clue about local laws. You have no idea what I'm talking about. Do you even believe in the Constitution? Who are you people? You think the Whimsicott may have been unknowingly involved in the crime? Well, if they were, they're blissfully ignorant of it. After all, playing pranks is kind of their whole deal. This complicates things. I don't suppose they've seen Ducklet around, have they? Whimsy! Whim whim! Okay, I get it. You didn't see her. Whimsy! If they didn't see her, I wonder where she went. Do you suppose Ponyard is the red Pokemon we're looking for? Apparently, it's good friends with the Whimsicott that went into the mansion, so it seems pretty likely. It'd probably be fastest to just go meet it and ask. But we still have to track down Ducklet. Should we look for Ducklet or Ponyard first? Either is fine by me. We can start with whichever one you like. Thanks, Pikachu. We'll go for coffee first, because you said you wanted coffee, right, buddy? Let's go! I don't know how I just randomly found out that Ponyard was the was the culprit. Oh my god, look at all the added Pokemon. Holy crap. I don't know, I should have talked to him. Self-appointed City Patrol. What are you up to? Chog! Watchog's hobby is observing things around the city. In that case, maybe it's seen something useful. Can't hurt to ask. Chog! Oh, you never get bored in this city because there are so many different people and Pokemon to watch? Must be fun having eyes like yours, especially since they let you see in the dark. Watch out! What, really? Chow! What's it saying? You've got to tell me too. Right, sorry. It says it's all Ducklet passed by here. If she passed by here, she was probably on her way to the cafe after all. Now, there's so many red Pokemon, you don't know which one we mean. Good point. Do we know anything else about it? Let's see. We know it's a Pokemon that can use a move to slice clean through... Did we just deduce that it was Ponyard? What the heck is this dialogue? That you can use a move to slice clean through hard objects and that can easily knock down a human with a punch. Watch out! You haven't seen any Pokemon like that around here? Alright then.
Oh.
Read!
Robert?
I like it.
Rob!
Oh my.
Hey, wait up!
Wait up! Wait
It's
up!
gone.
That walking piece of trash is escaping!
Oh,
It ran down the street, right? Let's follow it so we can ask some questions. I just hope we can find it. All of a sudden now we can go into the back alley. Huh? It's not here. Must be hiding somewhere. Well, no point hanging around here. Let's go interview somewhere else. We found her. We found him. Did someone say walkies? We found that little scamp. Lily! Say, Pikachu, isn't this? Yeah, it's Lillipup. It may indeed be the partner of that woman we met in front of the Denise residence. Let's ask. Hey there, Lillipup. What are you doing way over here? What? I see. Apparently he was having so much fun running around that he wasn't paying attention to where he was going. Next thing he knew, he was here. Just like that woman said earlier. He says he misses his partner. Okay, we're gonna go tell her and bring her here to you, Lillipup. Lillipup, I'm so glad you've been found. Thank you so much for finding my dear Lillipup, Detective. You're welcome. I'm glad we could help. Hello. Your accent is rubbing off on me. You ran away because you weren't getting enough playtime, didn't you? Hello. Alright then, we can play together as much as you like today. Yes, that's settled. Yeah, it was nice to see them both so happy. Somebody likes their walkies. Look at this little pointless area over here. It's for flavor text. We gotta find that trash can. President trying to disguise itself over here in the corner. Was that all just to get me to come over here to potentially find Lillipup? Just randomly? That was kind of a weird way to tug at your brain. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam. This is real bad. That boy looks pretty down. Sorry to bother you, but is everything okay? You look unhappy about something. Oh, you're the detective in Pikachu I saw on TV. Awesome! A detective's just what I need. Can you tell us what's bothering you? Oh, we've got a match coming up against the Tonti Park Soccer Club. Huh? I didn't know Tonti Park even had a soccer club. One of their members has a Scrafty as their partner, and they're so good. So I'm worried we're gonna lose. I want a partner Pokemon I can play with too. But I can't find any Pokemon that's good at soccer. Gotcha. Sounds like we'd better search for a Pokemon with good footwork. Can you think of any Pokemon that can play soccer really well, Mr. Detective? None immediately spring to mind, but I'll be sure to tell you if I find one. Really? Thanks, Mr. Detective. I sure hope we can find a Pokemon that likes playing soccer. There's gotta be one somewhere in Ryme City. Oh, you mean like this convenient Hariyama? Hiya! A Poliwrath and a Hariyama, they're squaring off. You could cut the tension with a knife. It looks like a fight could break out. I love the stock sound effects. Could break out any second. Well, they already started punching each other. What do you mean a fight's just about to start? We should probably avoid this alley so we don't accidentally set them off. Yeah, don't need to get punched. I don't know why Hariyama would be a perfect soccer, because he's got the hands already out for like being a ref. We don't have any reason to go that way, do we? Let's investigate this area a little more. Yeah, like this conveniently Ludicolo coffee bean shop.